I'm Davey.
I'm Misty.
DM Watts.
Unscripted.
Unedited.
Unapologetic.
Let's get it. What's up, everybody? I am Davey.
I'm Misty.
And welcome to another episode of DM Watts Podcast. So let's go ahead and get into this. Keep going, don't stop.
And we've really demonstrated that today. Little did we know when we put that up yesterday that we would be the ones that have to keep going. Because everywhere we've turned today, it was an admin day. That's what Mondays are. It's like make your phone calls, check on your appointments, your referrals, all this stupid stuff you got to do as an adult.
Yeah.
And of course, there's an issue with, stuff at school under my maiden name. And I swear to God, it would have been much easier if I would have been a spy or a saboteur or anything like that.
Also
because that's how I'm treated.
Yeah, when we talk about keep going, don't stop, anybody that started to go back to college, especially after a while, right? Who hasn't been to school for a while, go to college, it can be discouraging because it's like, look, it starts off with something easy. Well, we need the transcripts. Okay, here's the transcripts. Well, now you got to have this promissory note from your financial aid. Oh, did you know your taxes were amended? We need to amend this. Now we got to do this too.
You were selected for self-verification.
Yep. Oh, also these classes don't count. So now you can challenge the syllabus to do. You like, bro, I don't even care anymore. That's what it's gonna do, but that's what we talk about. Keep going, don't stop.
Yeah, today has been a really huge lesson in keeping going, and it's given me a headache. It's given him a headache.
Ugh, yeah. Yep.
It's just adulting, and I know everything's fine, and we always work it out. But damn it, man, things have to be so stupid complicated. We're talking about something that happened 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even anything big. I withdrew from classes. The scandal. Like.
Yeah, apparently that's a huge thing. Let's say shame on you for doing that. But we're still going with it though. We're still gonna keep going with it.
I got back up on my unicorn.
Yep, and we're still going.
And I'm trotting along.
Yep. So quick shout out to the blue and yellow, to Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's still going on over there, people.
Yep.
It's still going on over there. So definitely keep your prayers up for those people in Ukraine, those people in Russia. DMWatchPodcast.com is where you guys can also find us. We're on all the streaming services. Last time I can say, we're still on Spotify. It's the last time I can say. Now I'm just going to keep it with all the streaming services. And we're in some cryptos too. I'm going to keep that up there like that. She was looking like that. Yeah, that's what okay. So we're some cryptos too. So look, wow, unless you've been living under a rock. So let's go ahead and call it
or even if you were smacked by a rock.
Not by
or
a rock.
You smacked a rock.
Or you smacked a rock.
You smacked a rock.
So
the slap heard round the world.
So Oscars 2022. Let's go ahead and put it out there.
Yeah, it was boring as shit.
As usual.
And I turned it.
Yeah.
And then within 10 minutes, I look at my Facebook and go, wait, what did I miss? I turned it right before it happened.
And so, if you, like we said, unless you've been living under a rock, Will Smith decided to get up and literally the piss out of Chris Rock.
He did.
And we're gonna not so much break it down. We'll talk about it, right?
No,
Let's talk
I
about
just want to talk about it.
Let's talk about
everybody else talk about it.
Everybody else talk about it. We record our stuff day prior, so we weren't finna record just for that slap. We just not.
I thought about it.
Yeah, we thought about going straight up like, hey, did y'all see this shit? Like, did y'all? So
what?
So here we are. So all day it's been trending, right? So let's go back to it. So much to say. Let's talk about a little bit of the history. And granted, there may be more to the history of it that we just don't know, which, let's face it, nobody knows the full history of it unless you're the people involved.
Nobody ever knows the truth.
Right, nobody ever knows the truth. So let's talk about the history of it. So what we know, Jada Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith runs a podcast called Red Table Talk.
Yep.
Right? It's called Red Table Talk, where they talk about real issues. And one day she decided to have her husband, Will Smith, come on. And, they talked of what came up was her cheating accusation. And he was like, well, let's put it all out there. What happened? Was it August Alsina was the dude's name as a R&B singer or something like that. And she, instead of coming out and saying I cheated, said she got into an entanglement.
And she don't even have to say I cheated.
Yeah.
They've obviously, if they're sitting down talking about it, that's their business. They decided to put it out there. Okay, fine. We don't have to call it cheated. We can say I had an affair.
Yeah.
Or there was an affair, or whatever you want to say, but an entanglement. Was like, really.
If you put it out, in my opinion, if you put it out there, put it out there. Because nobody was wondering until you decided to say something. So I got an entanglement. No, I say you say cheating or affair.
Not only that, though, but if you're going to address something like that, you better have the thickest skin that no man has ever had in his life. You got to.
You going on TV, you're famous people. So clearly your life is analyzed. So no, you're going to put it out there. I didn't ask you. People didn't ask you. You put it out there. Don't throw entanglement. Don't throw, well, it was a situation and you cheated. No. That's what happened. You cheated and that's what happened. So that obviously hurt Will Smith, right? It was tears and this and that going on, so on and so forth. Then people, clearly the internet grabbed that and was like, you a simp. She's an entanglement. They're saying that the dude that she cheated with came out with a song called Entanglement.
It was the best thing that ever happened for him. It's like the most Googled he'd ever been.
Yeah. So then, you fast forward a little bit, right? And Will Smith, Jada is on there talking about like their sex life.
Because it had calmed down. It did. It had just kind of, you'd occasionally still see a meme. There would occasionally still be a joke, but it was. Yeah,
it started to calm down.
It was calm.
Will Smith did what Will Smith naturally does, just be himself. Like, all right, brush it off.
Go on, do his stuff. He's good. Brush your shoulder off.
So then Jada gets up there talking about Will's performance in the bed, and I guess it might have been taken in the wrong context to where like either he's lacking or out of context where he's lacking in the bedroom.
Here we go again,
all over again. And here's the thing. Internet, once again, we said the internet is relentless. So they're going to take what she said and they're like, okay, so first it was the entanglement. Now he ain't really that great in the bedroom. And so it's like, okay, clearly the internet has no filter. They're like, dude, you just going to disrespect this man consistently over and over and over again. Like you can throw out on your Twitter roll, first of all, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's cool.
And at this point, as a woman, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really, Jada?
You can say whatever you want, but to the masses, everybody's like,
come on.
No.
You saw what just happened to your husband. You have internet. You have friends. You have a family. You know what had just happened. So I was like, I'm all for honesty. But that was just, yeah,
we're going to go ahead and say that ain't cool at all, no matter who you are.
So, yeah, I thought that was disrespectful on her part.
Absolutely. So
then it starts to die down again.
Yeah, it starts to die down again. Fast forward to Oscars 2022. So the Oscar night, you got Chris Rock up there presenting an award for Best Documentary, right? And Chris Rock goes into what he always does. He goes to his little monologue. You know what I mean? But, before every person, the presenter does that. They'll come out, they'll say a few things, and then they'll get into
their jokes. They razz everybody in the audience.
Yeah, that's what they do. So
that's their job.
Right. So then he gets to Jada Pinkett Smith, and I would say that probably a few weeks before this, Jada Pinkett got up and said, she was diagnosed with alopecia. So she decided
she had shaved her head.
She shaved her head.
Now that is something I can get behind. That's great. Own it. I'm not going to hide behind scarves, wigs, whatever. Cool. That to me is information in a personal that you can grab onto.
That's genuine.
That is because women especially need to know that, hey, this happens too. And
absolutely.
Let's normalize it.
And then, and so Chris Rock gets up there and sees Jada Pinkett with her shaved head. And he's like, hey, Jada, can't wait for I.JANE 2. Now, here's where the thick of it happens, right? The crowd laughs. Will Smith laughs. So let's go ahead and put that out there.
This is where we go to instant replay because he and I are okay. Rewind that.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at where's the hands? Where's the mouth? What's happening?
Will Smith laughed. Jada Pinkett smiled, but her smile left immediately and was like
rolled her eyes,
and she was clearly upset. She was clearly upset. Like hold on. So, however, I must stress, Will Smith was laughing at first. He was laughing at first. So Chris Rock, he kept going like, ha, 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 I'm just kidding. It was a joke, blah, blah, blah. Will Smith gets up. Everybody's like, oh, snap, ha, ha, thinking this is all part of the whole act. Walks up to me. He's like, oh, whoa, ha, ha. And there was like If you watch the tape of it happen, there's like a split second that seems like an entire minute of the two men just standing and look at each other.
Yep.
However, in that split second, Chris Rock is smiling at Amanda, whose wife he just disrespected, as in like, "Hi, what you gonna do about it?" That is what prompted the wide open right hand slap heard around the world. Y'all ain't seen that show, The Slap? It happened. It wasn't even on for a season. It's called The Slap. Yeah, I kid you not. It's about it. But anyway, but yeah, it's called The Slap. But anyway, seriously, this was literally the slap heard around it. He gave him
the sound.
The sound was like, he smacked him, and it was some stuff.
And then he walks away and he sits down, and then the true fight begins. And he starts saying, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth."
Yeah, I'm gonna say on our podcast. Fucking mouth.
Oh yeah, fucking mouth. Sorry.
Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
I'm not in our public right now. I'm on our public right now. I get to say that.
And then he's like, Chris was like, "Really?" He said, "Yes. He's like, dude, it was a joke." He's like, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth."
Yeah. Right. So that's where you can tell the difference between staged and not. I was like, okay, physiological, stuff. You're looking at the body and the watering of the eyes. He said it was pain. I say it's anger. Although I'm sure there was pain involved, but what I'm saying is Will Smith had it in his eyes too. There's this glossiness because of dilation, and all this stuff happens to the body when you start to fight. I think the reason why he laughed at first is because he didn't know.
Yeah.
He's in character. His character is Will Smith. He's at his job right now, which is the Oscars. Mm-hmm. And so, somebody's saying something and you laugh.
Right.
And then it always takes you a few seconds to process, half a second, whatever, to process. And I think it was one of those, he started laughing. Wait, what did he just say? I think it became that. He saw the look on his wife's face.
It wasn't funny.
There's so many ways this could have gone. I really expected when I first saw it, Will Smith to go up there and like fake punch him, and Chris Rock over exaggerating fall. I expected Will Smith to pick him up. Like I expected a fun play, but a serious play, like that fun play. We've all done it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, I'm gonna let you get away with this, and I'm gonna turn it into, I'm gonna diffuse the situation, but at the same time, do not fuck with me. So I was quite shocked.
Yeah.
And there's so many sides to this and what people say. My stance is, you're in the public eye, you have to have a thick skin, and that was the cherry.
Yeah.
And it was just enough. You never know when that cherry's going to fall.
Absolutely.
And it just fell on Chris Rock.
And I think because when it happened, everybody was like still laughing. Because, from the outside looking in, you can't tell the connection, his hand to his face. It looked like Chris Rock turned, and it didn't really happen. People were still laughing, and Chris Rock played it off so well. He's like, "Wow, oh wow, like wow!" And people were literally still laughing. And then, if you thought it was an act, first of all, the Oscars isn't going to condone an act where this dude literally goes in a full-on cursing rant right after. "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." That's probably. And
they censored it because there's a delay. For live television. There has been for quite a while, but 9/11 really kind of sealed the deal on that. Yeah. So, people are like, "Oh, now they're censoring." No, when it went across, if you were watching it on American television, I'm pretty sure it was already censored. They had time to tone that out.
Absolutely.
Anything that we're watching uncensored is coming from another
which came because I believe it was Australia or something like that. They were saying it was coming from.
It was
there was uncensored, and
Japan.
Let me tell you. So when you see him walk away, and you can, the awkwardness is there.
Yeah.
Now Chris Rock is telling him, "Man, it was a joke." He said, "No, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth." So you also got to understand a little bit of that past too. Chris Rock in the past has made some
at
things
the Oscars,
about
as a host, has made fun of Jada Pinkett, but at the same time, he's made fun of everybody. That is the job of a host.
That's the job.
So it's like I go back and forth with that. What I don't condone is that he had gone on his Twitter when Will Smith had wished his
baby mama,
happy birthday.
Said "Love you, you're a great baby mama."
And Chris Rock said, wow, you must have a really understanding wife.
Yeah.
Why say that?
Why say that?
It wasn't even funny. Like, it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's something you say to your friend in a DM, or a text.
Right. And
is
so
Jada okay with this? Like,
exactly. So what I honestly think though with that also is that because these things have been happening with Will Smith already, him and Jada, people thought it was okay to, you know, hey,
to take a jab.
to take a jab. Oh, it's just Will Smith.
Because I think that's what it is. I think we all love Will Smith so much that we take the jab at Jada.
Yeah. And it's like, well, it's just like, well, it's Will Smith. He's not a fighter. He's not, you know what I mean? That's not who he is. With
that. We just look at him as a professional, calm diffuser. Mm-hmm. We just look at him as the diffuser.
Well, that's also known to most men as he's a bitch. That's what most people look at it as. And it's like, well, no, seriously, that's what I don't think he is. And hell, if I ever did, last night showed me that.
He showed everybody.
All I'm saying,
we all got a lesson in Will Smith.
All I'm saying is that Will Smith should have walked up there and they should have played the Fresh Prince. Because as he was walking up there,
I'm sure there's
I'm just saying. From it. Yeah, but anyway, there's a lesson to be learned here too.
Absolutely there is. Now, here's the thing, keep going. So Will Smith kept going and he ended up winning Best Actor and he kept going. And he apologized for his outburst, not to Chris Rock at that moment, but to everybody else. Said something amazing that Denzel had said to him: when you're at your highest, the devil will come steal it.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what happened, paraphrasing.
And
he went on just like Chris Rock.
Yeah.
After that, consummate professional at that point, he kept going and carried on with the category he was there to present with. Questlove, congratulations. You're amazing.
Yep, we saw it. We saw it.
We loved it so much.
Yes, yeah.
If you guys haven't seen Summer of Love, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a documentary on the Harlem Music Festival.
It's on Netflix.
It was either 68 or 69. Yeah. It was going on at the same time as Woodstock.
But it got no coverage.
No coverage.
Because of Woodstock.
But there's amazing footage.
Man, like, look, you guys... And this is what we got to take away from it. So, Chris Rock was there. Will Smith did what he did, and then it took away from what Chris Rock was actually there to do. Chris Rock, like she said, being a consummate professional, he did his thing, kept going, and was like, look, I'm here. He even tried to crack a little joke about documentaries. But I know after he walked off stage, he had to have been like, yeah, you got to be fucking shitting me.
Exactly.
Like, this is, you know what I mean? And clearly the internet is relentless. So the memes and all this other stuff that went out about all this on the internet, unforgiving. I mean, I ain't gonna say I ain't laugh at a few of them. There's a lot of them are like, man, like this.
Okay, so it's called The Summer of Soul. Please look it up.
Yeah.
Everybody was a professional afterwards. The greatest thing was Amy Schumer coming back and going, it's different. The air is different in here. That's all that needed to be said.
Yeah, it's just like,
that
I feel
was
like
funny.
That was funny.
But yeah, no, the internet is winning today.
It is.
Holy crap, the memes.
Yeah.
Holy
man, the memes are like, I see.
They started 10 minutes after it happened.
Yeah. And Carlos Davis, he is immediately, I mean, if not even 10 minutes later, I don't know how the hell you record that fast.
Yeah.
But he must be overseas or something and had already seen it. But
it was that.
Yeah, the memes.
Then I've got one that says, it's just a picture of the slap.
Yeah.
And it says everybody hates Chris. That's my favorite one.
Yes.
Fishtail, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was Fishtail.
And Madagascar.
It's them just looking in the camera. It looks like the fish from Fishtail is slapping Madagascar zebra.
Yep.
That one. And then we've got, what are those guys' names? Oh, Practical Jokers.
Practical Jokers.
It says, now go up and slap Chris Rock. And then it's just them like laughing.
Yeah. So
it just keeps going.
It keeps going. From the Avengers reference, I think you'll find our Will is equal to yours, and Will Smith come through the portal and slaps Thanos. So.
And then of course we got to end it with the Star Trek one. It says, then the police examined Chris Rock's face to get a better look at the Fresh Prince.
Yep, there it is.
And I had put up one that says now he's got to live with his auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
Mm-hmm. So look,
it's just great, but at the same time, that's so sad.
It is.
We take a moment and we immediately reduce it to a meme.
Yeah.
It's not really sad. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But what concerns me is this, then cancel culture, because it's like, okay, how long is it going to take? Well, in this case, it started immediately.
Yeah.
Are they going to take his Oscar away? All right, so let's look at the code of conduct for the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah.
And it is up to their discretion. Do I think they're going to do it? No, I think they'd be fucking stupid if they did. The man deserves his Oscar.
Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't seen
he is worthy.
If you haven't seen it, look, we haven't seen the movie either. I mean, we're not going to say it like, if you haven't seen it, go out and see another.
But
Will Smith, Will Smith is an amazing actor. And it's kind of like Samuel Jackson. Like, how come he ain't won an Oscar? Well, these past, like, man, they be killing it.
And who was it that received a Lifetime Achievement last night?
Samuel Jackson.
And what didn't air last night? The acceptance speech for that.
The acceptance speech.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That actually kind of bothers me because I'm like, I have had to watch, I've sat through many Oscars and I always sit through the Lifetime Achievement.
Yeah.
Why didn't this man get his due?
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
This isn't pre-recorded. This is live.
Yeah. And so you have to look at a few things there, you know.
Whoever the producer director was, you done fucked up.
Yeah. And you also got to look at a few other things too. Look, we talked about what happened. We talked about the jokes, but let's talk about, you know, the other side of this too, where you got a man who was most likely hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A man was most likely hurt. He's sitting next to his soulmate. And literally for the past year, he's been a laughingstock to people.
Yeah. By
no means is he a laughingstock.
No.
But the people have made him out to be that way with these memes. And so by no means is Will Smith a laughingstock. Will Smith is a ginormous motivational speaker. He is the epitome of what a father, a husband, and in my opinion, what he should be. You know what I'm saying?
From what we know.
But yeah, from what we see. Now, also based on what we just said, from what we see, it's, man, this guy has taken a lot of crap over the past year.
We did see that.
Yeah, we've taken a lot of crap. And he's, a lot of things that you'll see, he's blocked people. You know, he's trying to not, you know, let it get to him, and they're trying not to engage.
Entanglement.
And then, and then you look at this, and I think, you know, he started laughing, but then I am sure that he turned and looked at his wife.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to say, oh, she probably told him, oh, really? You ain't going to go ahead and defend me? No. There was pain in the look in her face.
Yeah, because she looked beautiful.
Yeah, she looked beautiful.
I'm sorry, I would not look that good with bald hair.
She looked.
I would not. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. She was amazing.
We ain't gonna shave it, but I was just saying. But no, but seriously, she looked very pretty.
She was.
And to have somebody turn around immediately and cut that. Now look, you can sit here and say, well, maybe Chris Rock didn't know that she had this. Don't believe you.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that at
all. He knew.
I know he knew. I know he knew. And then he decides to make a joke.
However, would the joke still would it have gotten the same reaction from Will Smith had she just shaved her head?
What do you mean, had she just done it?
Had she just done it?
Oh, just randomly to do it? Yeah.
She wanted to have short hair, so she shaved her head because she's beautiful. Like, would it have warranted the same response?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
You know,
versus her just a new style she tried.
But the one thing I don't want to hear is the race thing. Race has got nothing to do with it. A man was at his end. Yeah. A man had it. Yeah. That's all that is a man had enough.
No, yeah. And that's what it is. He literally had enough and was like
enough. He had a really shitty year and a half.
Yep.
And then, you know, let's just throw on the normal stuff. You listening right now, I know you have stress. Yeah. I don't care if you have a perfect life. You have stress in the way of pandemic.
Yep.
In the way of you know, being afraid of losing people. You have stress in the way of war.
Yeah.
You just have stress. It's just something. It's in our nature. And then media, we're nurtured into stress.
Absolutely.
So you take his stress that he was constantly being put under, add in the normal stress we all have, and you're gonna pop.
And you're right. And unfortunately,
I'm not saying it was right.
And unfortunately, Chris Rock felt that pop. So you know what I mean? It says that's what it boils down to. But if you as your job, as a comedian, you got to know you piss certain people off. And that's your, but at the same time, you're like, they're not gonna do anything about it. These are jokes. But you don't know what that person is going through. Look, I cannot stress enough how professional Chris Rock was after that slap. You know what I'm saying?
No, he was completely professional. But I want to address this. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No. Go ahead. I was just saying that he was a professional. That's all.
No, they all were. Everybody really was. Don't take away the man's Oscar. That's freaking stupid.
Absolutely.
We're not going to have another incident in the Miss America pageant circa 1980 something.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this again. Give the man his Oscar. We just watched the Oscar acceptance of Marlon Brando. Given by a native woman, Lightfoot.
Something like, I can't remember.
Anyways, they booed her.
Yeah, they did.
Booed her.
They did.
And then Clint Eastwood went up after her and mocked her by saying, I take this on behalf of all the cowboys that have been shot in John Wayne films.
Yeah.
So, and you didn't take away their Oscar.
Yeah.
And they booed a woman.
They booed, the whole crowd was booing her.
They booed a culture. Mm-hmm. They booed a people, an entire nation. So, no, I don't want to hear it. Don't do it. But also, I'm going to say this. It's about the slap. People are like, he's a bitch because he slapped him with an open hand. No, actually, 100 and something years ago, that would have been called a gentleman's fight.
Yep.
He would have given him a gloves and monocle and a cane and a pistol in his pocket. Yeah. And he would have open face slapped him with a glove.
Yeah.
And it would have been a gentleman's argument. Yeah. And they would have solved it at dawn with pistols. Yeah. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter.
It's like Charlie Murphy described it. I challenge you to a duel.
I challenge you to a duel.
Slap is like they would have a gunfight after that. Somebody had to go.
So if we did that whole with the 5 fingers in the face.
I mean, look, man. If Will Smith ever looks at our podcast at this moment, or if he ever watches it to the end, the one thing I can say is, is this. Look, man, we all understand. We all get it. Regardless, you're a public figure at the same time. So obviously, this is going to be taken out of context. Handled your entire career but you handled it, in my opinion,
professionalism and light.
In my opinion, I feel that you did what you needed to do to let people know. Leave me the hell alone. Leave me and my family alone. Enough is enough. Okay, maybe he shouldn't have done it this way. Maybe he shouldn't have done it that way. And let's face it, there are plenty of people. In my Facebook, and I've said it too. If that was me, I would have. But that was like, you don't know what you would have done. You don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know. It's easy to say when you're not in that predicament. But I can tell you right now, no man could sit quietly, whether they either took his wife and walked out of the Oscars, or he did what he did where he got up and slapped him. But no man could sit quietly by. I know I can't, and see that pain that was on his wife's face brought to her by another man. By another man.
And I guarantee you, Will Smith didn't even know as he was walking up there what was going to happen. Yeah. Because that's not how our body works. It's like our spirit leads us. Yeah. I mean, it's something that happens when you get into an argument like that. It's like you black out. Exactly. And then you come to after it happens and you're like, what did I just do?
Exactly. When it's too late. So I can say this, to Will Smith. Look, man, I hope it all works out, but I will say salute on the Oscar window. Yeah. Best actor, Will Smith. That
was amazing.
Slapped Chris Rock, then got an Oscar. I mean, you gotta appreciate the irony. I slapped Chris Rock, then got an Oscar for Best Actor. So what people saying that was staged, it was an act. I'm gonna say that, but it wasn't. Hey, look, but that's how we feel on the topic, man. Will Smith, there was a lot of stuff that's going on and we don't all understand it. And I can also gander to say it's not our business, but you're a public figure. So clearly everybody's going to want that question. Yeah, it's what you sign up for when you go there. But at the same,
everybody has a breaking point.
You're absolutely right. You're human. Yeah. So what we got to say to that, look, please go lightly on the man. Go lightly on the man. Chris Rock. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, I don't really know too many people. However, I got to say this before we cut out. I got to say this. Chris Rock has made numerous jokes about many people's wives. Said numerous jokes about people's wives, people's husbands too. So comedians make fun of people's wives, people, that's their job. That is their job to do that. However, I have to say this about Chris Rock. Maybe you should have considered the person and the situation and the history at the same time. That's just my 2 cents on it. But still love you, Chris Rock. Still love you. So,
I don't want cancel culture getting in
on either one of them.
No. And I don't want race getting pulled into it. They're not of the generation of that.
Nope.
That was a gentleman's fight. That was a gentleman's argument. We were just fortunate enough to see something happen on the Oscars for the first time in 93 years.
Yeah.
Because nothing ever happens on the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
They made it exciting. And now everybody's going to be tuning in next year. You know why? Because they want to hear what the next comedian has to say.
Right.
Or who's going to bring it up.
And if you are the Oscars, I got to say this. If you're the Oscars and you can put all this stuff about how you don't condone this and blah, 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 blah. Don't fuck around in next year's Oscars. Sit Chris Rock next to Will Smith.
Right.
And then be like, oh, we don't know how this happened. We don't condone it. Oh, okay. Okay. Because that's what y'all do. You know,
that's exactly what they do.
It's what you do.
And we don't know. So, I mean, there's reports that they've made up and all of that. We don't know. It's none of our damn business
whatsoever.
You know, but it becomes our business when you
do it in public. Yeah, that's what it is.
Or when you put it on a podcast. I mean, come on. It becomes our business then.
100%. So, hey, look, guys, that's our show.
I want Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah, I heard, man, bring that back. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Man, this would have been perfect to put on it. Yeah. Some little clay figures duking it out.
I'll allow it.
Hey, so that's our show, guys, on how we feel about the whole situation. But if you don't remember anything, remember this: keep going.
Keep going.
Don't stop.
They all kept going last night.
They all.
Questlove.
Questlove.
That
was
an amazing documentary.
Watch The Summer of Love. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is amazing musical lineup.
Great music, and great history.
I need you to understand this all took place at the same time as Woodstock, and you never heard about it at all.
You just didn't. All the other music festivals got, you know.
Yep, but this one didn't. DMWatchPodcast.com is where y'all can find us. Also, I skipped over, but pray for Ukraine. You guys pray for those people in Russia too.
Absolutely, it's still happening.
Yeah, it's still happening. So
Will Smith needs to go over there and slap Putin.
I'm telling you, we're behind you on that one. So all the streaming services where y'all can catch us up on. We are on some cryptos too. You guys check those out. Our service dog says bye, and we do too. So signing off for DM Watch Podcast. I am Davey.
I'm Misty.
And you guys have a good one. Take care of each other.
Bye.